Profound point of the day, and this is something that we're talking about in Kihak, but I wanted to mention it here because it is so simple and so profound. And you're not singularly dimensional. Well, you are, but you aren't. You're acting like it. You're dressed like it. Jesus. You are playing the part, but the reality is you are not singular at all. You're not working towards multi-dimensional, multi-consciousness. You already have it. Everything in life is multi-layer, multi-dimensional, not hierarchical, not in stair steps, but going everywhere, every different direction. But you get focused on one perspective. And the profound statement of the day, and in everything you do, I don't care what problem. Hey, stop for a moment. Feel into your big problem today, today's problem. No, just one, not 8. Big problem, okay. And you're looking at it from one perspective, one slice. You wave the crystal and wand. You wave that, and suddenly you realize that there are many, many other perspectives that you're not looking at. Not just solutions, but the problem itself. You start to realize the problem itself is actually much bigger than what you thought it was. Bigger meaning it's not just this little tightly focused laser beam crappy shitty little problem. And it's a huge problem. God, it's been going on for about 8,000 generations in your family. It's a really big problem. And it has to do with lack, lack of abundance. It flows through ancestral karma, ancestral biology, and you got some illness, and it's because your great-grandmother had the illness. It's not a little problem, it's a huge problem. But the beauty in that is that there are also beautiful, huge releases and resolutions, answers and new perspectives that you would have never considered. When you live in that little box that doesn't have these 3 letters, A-N-D, in it, you feel trapped. You know what it's like now that you've set yourself free. You know what it's like to bring that and into your life. Stop dwelling on the little problem. Go for the big problem. That's my motto. Now, it's beautiful because suddenly you realize it's so overwhelming, so ludicrous, and so beyond you, the human, to resolve it. It is big. I mean, generations, lifetimes, cosmos's big problem. And you go, I'm not going to solve that. I'm not going to try to fix anything. It's actually not even my problem. It's their problem. And you take a deep breath, and so it becomes. That simple. It's not irresponsible, not whatsoever. Why should you take responsibility for a butterfly flapping its wings on the other side of the world right now? Why? Well, why? Because you kind of like to do it. That's why you've been doing it. That's why we continue to have talks like this where I'm mildly offensive, somewhat provocative, and amazingly humorous, even though you're not laughing now. But you will someday when you re-listen to this. Next month, I guarantee, you'll be laughing when you watch that video. Hello. So, and no matter what is going on in your life, would you do yourself this favor? Stop for a moment. Take a deep breath, and remember those 3 words, A-N-D, und, if you're in Germany. What it is in other places, you look it up yourself. And there is so much more. It's multidimensional. It is not a singular problem. It's not a little problem. It's not a singular solution, and it's not a little solution. It's transformational, multidimensional. It doesn't come from here. Here is going to be singular, limited, little, annoying. When you take that deep breath and you bring in your I amness, let's call it today, let's call it the I andness, just to be cute.
Oh.
Yeah, I just made that up. But then you're going to freak out. We'll talk about that in just a moment, but you do the old freak out thing. Things are changing. I don't know if I can handle it. No, you can't. I guarantee that right now. Well, next slide, please. You can't handle it. Sorry.
That's what you want on the slide?
Yeah. Otherwise, I wouldn't have said it. You can't handle it. And that's the good news. And you don't have to handle it. That's the best news of the day. You don't have to handle it. You're used to handling stuff, solving stuff, working on things, fixing things, blah, blah, blah. You don't need to anymore. I'm over here. She's just writing on the board. You don't need to solve it. Why? Simply said, it kind of solves itself naturally. Have you noticed all your problems have either cleaned up or the people have died? They just go away. The people and the problems, they just kind of go away. Sooner or later, you're still here. You're able to laugh every third joke of mine. That's pretty amazing that you can do that. I'm amusing myself today.
Good.
And I always do. So you stop trying to solve all your own problems. You can't handle it. You really can't. And you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to. Really, you shouldn't have to handle all that stuff. The problems of the world, the problems in your life, the problems of everybody you know. You weren't put here to handle that. No, let them handle it. Let everybody handle what they choose to handle. You don't have to handle a thing. You have this great thing called the I am, your soul, your divinity, whatever you want to call it. It's you. It's sitting right there. It's just in disguise. It's in latency right now. It handles that. It really does. It handles stuff. Now, it doesn't go in and pay your bills for you, but this I amness, it moves you out of that consciousness where you even have to pay bills. Really. It doesn't know how to pay bills, doesn't want to know how. It doesn't know how to heal your physical body, doesn't want to know how. So you know what it does? You just move yourself out of that consciousness. The consciousness of being ill or being broke or whatever. Let's take a big, deep breath for and in your life. Multi-dimensional. It's not singular. There's not one problem. It's not a little problem. It's huge and it's multifaceted. And in every facet of every problem are tremendous transformations, releases, energies, beauties, gems that are going unrealized right now. Why? Because you get really focused. The simple 3 letters, A-N-D, give you a whole different perspective.